What's up guys, Bloodshed here bringing you the Chicken Bomb Arachyr Speed build for patch 2.4.3 Season 9. Now this build is a huge work in progress, okay? Arachyr just got buffed by 900% damage for the 6-piece bonus a few days ago. We're still kind of hammering out the details, but even if this gets knocked down a little bit, that extra bump does lend us to a chicken exclusive bombing build. What I'm going to do with all my builds in Season 9, like previous seasons, is keep the builds updated for the duration of the season. So if you're watching this in Season 10, it might not be updated, but if you're watching this in Season 9, the best build's going to be continuously updated in the description down below. Now, I've been playing around with different speed variations of this build. I spent multiple hours off stream and about 3 hours on stream today, kind of just pounding out the different variations of the build possible. You can see my friend here, Adir. He's tier 55 on the leaderboard, which is equivalent to about, T12. He cleared it in 2 minutes and 55 seconds. If you look at what gear he was wearing, he has a fully decked out Helltooth pet build, classic, chicken tooth speed build. We have that on our channel too if you guys want to check it out. Fully augmented to the brim, everything optimized. He's a really good witch doctor player. And then the gear I use, which is not fully optimized and not augmented and all that stuff, and we're still experimenting with a lot of different things. So this is the build right here. Again, it'll be in the description below as well. So we cleared 317, so we are on the cusp, right? I probably ran about 10 rifts to try to beat the time, and we got closer and closer and closer as we tweak the build further. I could only imagine with some augments, we would really be blowing this rift up. We tried it at varying paragon levels, various gear levels. You can see like I have all these different things I've been testing with. So what I'm going to do is just kind of walk through the main core components of the build and then let you guys work out the rest and let me work out the rest, right? So the 6-piece bonus buffs creature skills. So like we're using Locust Swarm in the build for like Rift Guardians. Whenever we have a minute in between packs, if we have a second to cast something, we're going to want to cast something like Locust Swarm, but this is open for you guys. You guys can use whatever you like. We're also using Piranha Nado. It groups up the mobs together, which is great to do a second pass with chicken and blow them up. What I noticed in my testing is that the amount of chicken bombs we can do per second really does increase our overall damage per minute. Like, just every second that's going by, anytime we can go into chicken form and pop out, you can see it's a smaller AoE, right? So you have to kind of land it on the target. As much as we can do that, it's actually increasing our overall effective DPS more. That's what I noticed. Now, I'm sure someone's going to come up with a sick-ass build, and hopefully we can get some inspiration from other people. We can theory craft and put together a really sick build because this is a very fun play style. So I'm obviously using the Monojuma set. What it does is it, buffs up Angry Chicken, it gives it more damage, and it increases our movement speed. It helps us get around a lot. My current favorite build is using Convention of Elements, Stone of Jordan with poison damage, Swampland Warders with poison damage. We also tested it with Hexing Pans, which is a great alternative because you're moving anyway. You can use the Traveler's Pledge combo, but I would probably opt for a Hellfire Amulet with like a Cheat Death passive because we are kind of squishy in GRs. But in Rifts, we use the Boon of the Hoarder Gold Wrap combo and we drop Esoteric. Again, you don't have to use Esso, you can even use Mutilation Guard. For offensive gems, I really like the Bane of the Powerful for the damage versus elites and the overall damage buff. Bane of the Trapped for just Bane of the Trapped's like the best gem, right? Let's be honest here. And for GRs, String of Ears for like running low level gems, and for rifts, we're gonna use the Gold Wrap like I was saying. Full offensive gems, you're just running around blowing shit up. Whenever you're looking at the build, you're gonna want to look for things that buff the chicken. The armor slot, we're using Leoric's Crown just for crazy amounts of CDR, and Ingeom for again crazy amounts of CDR. This is damn near overkill. We're at 47% with Ingeom plus Graven Justice, but I find every second I'm able to Cadillac shift into a chicken like a transformer, blow shit up, pop back into chicken form, and get going again to blow something else up is when I'm having the most fun and I feel like I'm doing the most damage, right? I've tried adding pet build in here and it kind of slows down the build. I tried doing all kinds of things, FNR, and it kind of feels like it's slowing down the build too much. So for me, I just want to be in chicken and blowing things up as much as possible, as often as possible. So this is the passives I went with. Gruesome Feast gives us a damage increase. so does Confidence, and so does Pierce the Veil. So you can see everything's pretty much geared toward Chicken. A big problem, and I think a big part of the build where people will find ways to make the build better than even mine per se, is all the skills, right? Because the only thing I really need for my build is Hex Angry Chicken, a bunch of CDR, and stack as much damage as possible, and you're going to be two-shotting elites. There's all kinds of ways to play it, and that's kind of why I like this build too. It's very open-ended, right? You just really need the 6-piece bonus, and you can swing it however you like. You won't even have to ask if the build is updated. When you guys click down below in the link in the description, it'll just automatically load the most current build for you guys. There's a good chance we'll be playing Arachyr, Firebat, Witch Doctors next season since the build is getting buffed even further. So most likely you're going to augment your group 4-man build, right? So you can use the same augmented strong ass set in your torment clears as well. So you're going to be buffed up even further. I can see this being a pretty viable build. At the very least, it's a fast way for you to farm keys solo and a hell of a lot of fun. Anyways guys, expect more videos from the PTR coming out from Bluddshed. I'm gonna look at different things and kind of see how we can use the new items and the new sets to our advantage next season. Today we're gonna thank Mr. Wiso. Thank you, Wiso, for your like 5+ months of patronage. It means so much to me and my stream and everyone here. Thank you for help funding what I do. I appreciate you, bro. If you guys are interested in joining Patreon, the links will be down below as well. I'm going to start doing a monthly exclusive podcast. By the end of the month, I'm going to get the format worked out, and it'll probably start at the end of the month at some point. I'll probably do it once a month just for the patrons, just as a way to say thank you. It'll be a nice way to recap the month as well. Anyways, guys, this is the Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.